Hello dear students, welcome to today's lecture. Today we are going to discuss a very important and highly relevant topic in commerce, management, education and competitive examinations, that's business ethics. In the modern world, business is no longer judged only by profit, growth, or market share. Instead, businesses are increasingly evaluated on how ethically they operate, how responsibly they treat stakeholders, and how honestly they contribute to society. This lecture will help you understand what business ethics really means, why it is essential in today's corporate environment, and how ethical principles guide responsible business behavior. So, let us begin our discussion. Business ethics refers to the moral principles, values, and standards that guide behavior in the business world. It deals with what is right and wrong, fair and unfair, and just and unjust in business practices. Ethics in business is not merely about following laws or avoiding punishment. Laws represent the minimum standards of behavior, whereas ethics represent higher moral expectations that go beyond legal compliance. In simple words, business ethics answers the question, how should businesses conduct themselves while dealing with employees, customers, investors, competitors, government and society at large? Every decision taken by a business, whether related to pricing, advertising, employee relations, production, environmental protection, or corporate governance, has ethical implications. Now coming to the objectives of the module. Dear learners, before we move further, let us clearly state the objectives of this lecture. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand the concept and meaning of business ethics. Number two, to identify the importance of ethics in business organizations. Number third, to explain the core principles of business ethics. And four, to examine ethical issues and challenges in modern businesses. And number five, to appreciate the role of ethics in corporate social responsibility and sustainable development. Let us begin with concept and meaning of business ethics. Business ethics refers to the system of moral principles, values, and standards that guide behavior and decision making in the business world. It determines what is considered right or wrong, fair or unfair, just or unjust in business practices. In an era of globalization, intense competition, and rapid technological change, business ethics has become a crucial foundation for sustainable and responsible business conduct. The concept of business ethics is based on the application of ethical principles to business activities, relationships, and decisions. It goes beyond legal compliance and focuses on moral responsibility. While laws define the minimum standards of behavior, ethics represent higher standards based on honesty, fairness, transparency, and respect for stakeholders. Business ethics integrates values from philosophy, society, culture, and professional standards into the functioning of business organizations. It influences how businesses deal with employees, customers, suppliers, competitors, government, and society at large. At its core, business ethics emphasizes integrity in decision making, accountability for actions, respect for human dignity, social and environmental responsibility. Thus, business ethics is not merely a theoretical concept. It is a practical guide that shapes organizational culture and daily business operations. In simple terms, business ethics means doing business in a morally right way, even when unethical practices might offer short-term profits. It encourages businesses to balance profit-making objectives with social welfare and ethical obligations. Some of the key elements of business ethics are: the meaning of business ethics become clearer through its key elements. Number one, honesty and transparency. Truthfulness in communication, accounting, and reporting. Number two, fairness. Equal treatment of all stakeholders without bias or exploitation. Number third, responsibility and accountability. Accepting the consequences of business decisions. Number four, respect for law and moral standards. Compliance with legal requirements along with ethical norms. Number five, corporate social responsibility. Commitment to social welfare and environmental protection. Now coming to objective number two, importance of ethics in business organizations. Ethics plays a vital role in the functioning and long-term success of business organizations. In a highly competitive and globalized business environment, organizations are not evaluated only on the basis of profit and efficiency, but also on their ethical conduct. Ethics in business provides a moral framework that guides organizational behavior, decision-making, and relationship with stakeholders. Ethical practices help businesses earn trust, ensure sustainability, and maintain social legitimacy. Builds trust and credibility. Ethical behavior fosters trust among customers, employees, investors, suppliers, and the general public. When an organization consistently acts with honesty, transparency, and fairness, stakeholders develop confidence in its operations. Trust enhances brand reputation and customer loyalty, which are essential for long-term success. Number two, enhances corporate reputation and image. A strong ethical foundation improves the public image of a business organization. Companies known for ethical conduct and respected and admired, while unethical practices can severely damage reputation and goodwill. A positive ethical image acts as an intangible asset that differentiates an organization from its competitors. Number third, promotes long-term profitability and sustainability. Ethics supports sustainable business growth. Although unethical practices may generate short-term gains, they often result in legal penalties, loss of trust, and organizational failure in the long run. Ethical organizations focus on long-term value creation by balancing profit with social and environmental responsibilities. Number four, ensures legal compliance and reduces risk. Ethical business practices encourage compliance with laws, regulations, and professional standards. By adhering to ethical norms, organizations reduce the risk of legal disputes, fines, fraud, corruption, and regulatory sanctions. Ethics acts as a preventive mechanism against corporate scandals and misconduct. Number 5, improves employee morale and productivity. An ethical work environment promotes fairness, respect, and dignity for employees. When employees feel valued and treated justly, their job satisfaction, motivation, and commitment increase. Ethical practices reduce workplace conflicts, discrimination, and exploitation, leading to higher productivity and lower employee turnover. Number 6, strengthens stakeholder relationships. Business organizations interact with multiple stakeholders such as customers, suppliers, stakeholders, government, and society. Ethical behavior ensures fair treatment of all stakeholders, leading to stronger and more corporate relationships. This stakeholder trust enhances organizational stability and resilience. Number 7, encourages responsible leadership and decision making. Ethics guides managers and leaders in making responsible and rational decisions. Ethical leaders set moral standards, act as role models, and create a culture of integrity within the organization. Such leaderships helps organizations navigate complex moral dilemmas and maintain consistency in values. Number 8, contributes to social welfare and economic development. Ethical business organizations contribute positively to society by creating employment, supporting community development, protecting the environment, and practicing corporate social responsibility. By aligning business goals with societal interests, organizations promote inclusive growth and social well-being. Number 9, prevents corporate scandals and misconduct. Many corporate failures are the result of unethical practices such as fraud, manipulation, insider trading, and corruption. A strong ethical framework helps prevent such misconduct by establishing clear codes of conduct, accountability, mechanisms, and ethical awareness among employees. Let us now discuss the fundamental principles of business ethics that guide ethical conduct in organizations. Number 1, principle of honesty and integrity. Honesty is the backbone of ethical business behavior. It requires truthfulness in communication, advertising, accounting, and reporting. An ethical business does not mislead customers through false claims, does not manipulate financial statements, and does not hide relevant information from stakeholders. Integrity means consistency between words and actions. Ethical organizations keep their promises and stand by their values even in difficult situations. Number 2, principle of fairness and justice. Fairness demands that business treat all stakeholders equitably. This includes fair wages for employees, fair prices for customers, and fair competition in the market. Unethical practices such as discrimination, exploitation, favoritism, and unfair trade practices violate this principle. Justice in business ensures that decisions are impartial and based on merit rather than bias or personal interest. Number third, principle of responsibility and accountability. Business must accept responsibility for the consequences of their actions. Ethical organizations do not shift blame or avoid accountability. This principle emphasizes that decision makers should be answerable to stakeholders for their choices, especially when those choices affect society or the environment. Principle number 4, principle of transparency. Transparency refers to openness and clarity in business operations. Ethical businesses provide accurate and timely information to stakeholders. Transparent practices reduce corruption, enhance trust, and enable informed decision making by customers, investors, and employees. Principle 5, principle of respect for stakeholders. Stakeholders include employees, customers, suppliers, shareholders, government, and the community. Ethical businesses recognize that success depends on balancing the interests of all stakeholders, not just maximizing profits for shareholders. Now, coming to fourth objective, that is ethical issues in business. Despite the presence of ethical codes and guidelines, business organizations frequently encounter ethical dilemmas in their day-to-day operations. Rapid globalization, intense competition, pressure for higher profits, and technological advancement often place organizations in situations where ethical values conflict with commercial interests. Understanding common ethical issues in business is essential for promoting responsible decision-making and sustainable organizational practices. Some of the major ethical issues faced by the businesses are: number 1, ethical issues in marketing. Marketing activities directly influence consumers' perceptions and purchasing decisions, making ethics in marketing extremely important. Common ethical issues in this area include misleading advertisements, false or exaggerated claims, deceptive pricing strategies, hidden charges, and manipulation of consumer emotions. Such practices misinform customers and violate their right to accurate information. Ethical marketing, on the other hand, is based on honesty, fairness, and transparency. It respects consumer rights, avoids exaggeration, and ensures that promotional messages are truthful and socially responsible. Ethical marketing builds long-term customer trust and enhances brand credibility. Number 2, ethical issues in human resource management. Human resource management deals with people, making ethical conduct especially critical. Major ethical issues in HRM includes discrimination on the basis of gender, caste, religion, or disability, workplace harassment, unfair recruitment and promotion practices, unsafe working conditions, and violation of employee rights. Such unethical practices negatively affect employee morale, productivity, and organizational culture. Ethical HR practices promote equality, dignity, diversity, and respect for all employees. They ensure fair wages, safe working environments, transparent appraisal systems, and opportunities for professional growth. Ethical HRM contributes to employee satisfaction and long-term organizational success. Number 3, ethical issues in finance and accounting. Finance and accounting are areas where ethical lapses can have severe consequences. Insider trading, tax evasion, manipulation of financial statements, window dressing, bribery, and financial fraud are common ethical issues in this domain. Such practices undermine investor confidence and damage the credibility of business institutions. Ethical financial practices emphasize accuracy, honesty, transparency, and compliance with laws and accounting standards. Maintaining ethical integrity in finance ensures accountability, protects stakeholders' interests, and promote financial stability. Number 4, ethical issues related to the environment. Business often face ethical challenges related to environmental protection. Pollution, environmental degradation, excessive exploitation of natural resources, improper waste disposal, and neglect of sustainability responsibility pose serious ethical concerns. Such practices threaten ecological balance and the well-being of future generations. Ethical businesses recognize their responsibility toward the environment by adopting eco-friendly technologies, reducing emissions, conserving resources, and supporting sustainable development. Environmental ethics not only protect nature but also enhance corporate reputation and social responsibility. Now, the last objective of this lecture is business ethics and corporate social responsibility. Dear students, business ethics and corporate social responsibility are closely interconnected. Corporate social responsibility refers to the commitment of business to contribute to economic development while improving the quality of life of employees, communities, and society. Ethical businesses engage in CSR initiatives such as education, healthcare, environmental protection, and community development. CSR is not charity alone. It is an ethical obligation that reflects responsible citizenship. Ethical leadership plays a crucial role in promoting business ethics. Leaders set the ethical tone of an organization through their behavior, decisions, and communications. Ethical leaders act as role models, promote ethical culture, encourage ethical decision making, ensure fairness and accountability. When leaders compromise ethics, unethical practices spread throughout the organization. Globalization has expanded business operations across cultures and legal systems, making ethical challenges more complex. Multinational companies must respect local cultures while upholding universal ethical standards such as human rights, labor rights, and environmental protection. Ethical globalization promotes inclusive growth and reduces exploitation. Now, some of the benefits of ethical business practices. Dear students, there are some important ethical business practices that provide numerous benefits. Number 1, enhanced reputation and goodwill. Increased customer loyalty, higher employee satisfaction and retention, reduced legal risks, long-term sustainability, improved investor confidence. Ethics, therefore, is not a cost but an investment in long-term success. To conclude, business ethics is not merely a theoretical concept or an optional add-on to business operations. It is the moral foundation upon which sustainable and responsible businesses are built. In a world marked by rapid technological change, intense competition, and growing social awareness, ethical conduct has become a defining feature of successful organizations. Businesses that uphold honesty, fairness, responsibility, transparency, and respect for stakeholders not only achieve economic success but also contribute positively to society. As future educators, managers, administrators, and responsible citizens, understanding and practicing business ethics is not just desirable, it is essential. Thank you, dear students, for your patience and attention. I hope this lecture has helped you develop a clear and meaningful understanding of business ethics.